Did you notice? There was a brutal jealous stare from afar behind Jungkook and J-Hope's live yesterday. In yesterday's live, we were all captivated by Jungkook's interaction, clinging to Hobi Hyung and joking around affectionately. They were laughing freely, their skinship was adorable, and it felt like the world belonged to them. But pause and pay attention to this corner of the room. Yep, Kim Taehyung was there. That gaze army. Silent, sharp, and incredibly deep. While JK and Hobi were happily laughing, Tae's expression from afar seemed to be holding back something. Many armies lost focus and said, Taehyung seems to be thinking, oh, is that it now? Eye contact never lies, guys. Do you think Tae is really jealous or just in a daze? Share your theories in the comments. The moments of togetherness between Jungkook and J-Hope on screen always radiate an extraordinary positive energy. Both of them do not hesitate to throw jokes at each other and laugh out loud without caring about the tens of thousands of eyes watching. Physical touches like pats on the shoulder, warm hugs, and adorable pinches were caught very clearly that night. J-Hope, with his signature laugh, successfully made the magne completely let go of any awkwardness. Jungkook looked so comfortable leaning on his beloved Hyung, as if forgetting the presence of other members in the room. This sweet interaction certainly made the watching armies smile at their close bond. However, in another corner of the room, a completely different atmosphere was actually radiated by one Kim Taehyung. This figure, who is usually just as mischievous, chose to sit silently with a visibly stiff body posture. His pair of sharp eyes stared straight at the two members who were engrossed in their own world. There was no signature boxy smile that he usually shows when watching Jungkook act adorable. Taehyung just crossed his arms while occasionally taking short sighs that were caught by the camera's reflection. The look in his eyes truly could not lie, radiating a cold aura that gave anyone watching goosebumps. For longtime fans, this sight certainly triggered various memories about the legendary closeness of the Taekook duo. All this time, Taehyung and Jungkook are known as two members who seem to have an inseparable inner bond. They are used to sharing their own little world, whispering, joking, and looking out for each other at every opportunity. Seeing that position seemingly temporarily replaced by J-Hope, it is natural that Taehyung's protective instincts suddenly emerged. Feelings of jealousy between best friends are highly human, especially for those who grew up together since their teenage years. Taehyung's silence seemed to become a mute language, implying his sense of loss over the full attention of his youngest brother. The peak of this invisible tension occurred exactly in the middle minutes when the live broadcast was getting exciting. J-Hope suddenly stroked Jungkook's hair with full affection, triggering a crisp laugh from the Busan-born man. Right at that very second, Taehyung's jaw visibly clenched, displaying a highly serious silhouette of his face from afar. He slightly shifted his sitting position as if trying to find a clearer angle toward the two of them. Although he did not say a single word, his body language radiated a dominance that seemed to claim his territory. This momentary transition of expression, which lasted only a few seconds, immediately became the main highlight for observant viewers. Of course, the eagle eyes of ARMY would not let this drama-filled moment pass by without analysis. The live broadcast's comments section, which was initially full of sweet praise, suddenly turned into a sea of impromptu detectives. Many fans started posting screenshots of Taehyung's face to various social media platforms until it became a trending topic. Hashtags about Taehyung's gaze and the trio's cuteness immediately dominated hot conversations on Twitter and TikTok. Some fans even dissected every video frame, adding slow-motion effects to ensure that the intense stare was real. They all agreed that there was an adorable little jealousy hidden behind their idol's sharp gaze. Ironically, J-Hope, the sunshine of the group, seemed completely unaware of the dark aura lurking from the corner of the room. He remained true to himself, giving genuine love and laughter to liven up the live broadcast's atmosphere. Jung Hoseok indeed always positions himself as the mediating older brother who loves all his younger siblings without favoritism. His main focus that night was simply to entertain the thousands of armies watching them through their respective gadget screens. His lack of awareness actually added a situational comedy element amidst the tension felt by the audience. J-Hope unintentionally became the third character in a sudden K-drama, created by his closeness with the Golden Magne. After a few moments of acting affectionately, Jungkook apparently began to feel the intense gaze piercing his back. He slowly turned his head toward the corner of the room, his eyes immediately meeting the sharp stare of his best friend. There was a very brief pause of awkwardness, where the smile on Jungkook's lips was held back for a split second. However, with his professional instincts, he quickly averted his gaze and refocused on interacting with the camera in front of him. Even so, his reddening ears could not hide the fact that he knew he was being closely watched. That brief, silent eye contact seemed to become an inner dialogue understood only by the two of them. Towards the end of the live broadcast, the atmosphere began to thaw slightly, although a thin aura of awkwardness still lingered in the air. Taehyung finally got up from his isolated seat and slowly moved closer to the main camera area. His presence instantly changed the interaction dynamic, making J-Hope friendly give him space to join right away. Jungkook also responded with a small smile, as if trying to calm his Hyung who had been sulking in silence all along. The broadcast was then closed with the three of them waving their hands, leaving thousands of questions and theories in the fans' heads. The live video finally ended, but the heated discussions about that night's incident had just begun in the cyber world. In the end, this subtle jealous moment became proof of how tight the brotherhood bond is among BTS members. Taehyung's possessiveness is merely a reflection of how precious Jungkook's figure has been in his life for years. J-Hope, with his positive energy, always acts as the bridge that glues them together, even if it sometimes triggers a little funny drama. It is natural friendship dynamics like this that make ARMY always feel close and never bored of supporting them. Every glance, laugh, and silent interaction provides its own color in their extraordinary career journey. So what do you guys think? Should Jungkook treat Taehyung to a meal the next day to make up for his jealousy last night? The morning after the broadcast, the internet was practically overflowing with creative edits made by dedicated fans. Thousands of TikTok videos paired Taehyung's intense gaze with dramatic, slowed-down background music to emphasize the moody atmosphere. Twitter threads meticulously broke down the timeline of events, pointing out every single micro-expression displayed by the trio. Some talented ARMYs even drew hilarious fanarts depicting J-Hope as a bright sun completely oblivious to a brooding storm cloud nearby. It was truly fascinating to see how a simple, quiet moment could spark such a massive wave of collective creativity. This viral phenomenon proved once again that absolutely nothing escapes the watchful and loving eyes of the fandom. J-Hope inadvertently became the star of his own meme template, thanks to his cheerful obliviousness during the live broadcast. Fans affectionately joked that he was entirely protected by his own radiant positivity, completely immune to the surrounding tension. Many edited a literal glowing aura around him while putting dark, thunderous cartoons hovering right above Taehyung's head. His innocent giggles while playfully stroking Jungkook's hair contrasted so perfectly with the intense jealousy brewing in the corner. It served as a hilarious reminder that Jung Hoseok is often the unintentional chaotic neutral in their group dynamics. ARMYs could not help but deeply adore how his pure intentions created one of the funniest misunderstandings of the year. Naturally, fans began to wildly speculate about what exactly happened the second the camera was finally turned off. Did the thick tension instantly evaporate? Or did Taehyung immediately confront the youngest member with a playful pout? Many imagined Jungkook quickly rushing over to his sulking brother, wrapping him in a giant hug to melt the ice. J-Hope probably just let out his signature hearty laugh, finally realizing the silent drama that had unfolded right behind him. The beauty of their brotherhood is that any temporary annoyance never lasts longer than a few passing minutes. Behind closed doors, they are just a group of ordinary best friends who love to tease and pamper each other. Knowing Jungkook's personality, he definitely knows exactly how to handle a slightly jealous and quiet Kim Taehyung. He most likely offered to play their favorite video games together late into the night as a sweet peace offering. Alternatively, a late-night snack consisting of fried chicken and a cold beverage would surely win back his Hyung's affection. Jungkook has always possessed a special, endearing charm that makes it absolutely impossible for the older members to stay mad. Just a few wide-eyed apologies and a bright bunny smile are usually enough to completely disarm Taehyung's toughest exterior. Their dynamic is a perfect balance of push and pull, constantly revolving around mutual adoration and playful bickering. On the other hand, Taehyung's infamous soft spot for the youngest member is a universally acknowledged fact among fans. No matter how sharply he glares from a distance, his heart always melts whenever Jungkook actively seeks out his attention. His earlier possessive demeanor is simply a testament to his deeply protective nature over the people he loves dearly. Taehyung cherishes their shared memories too much to ever let a fleeting moment of jealousy create a real distance. The sharp glare was merely his dramatic way of reminding everyone of his special, irreplaceable spot in Jungkook's life. Once the peace offering was accepted, his signature boxy smile undoubtedly returned to illuminate his handsome face. I wonder how Jungkook would have persuaded Taehyung right after the camera was off? Rolling on the floor laughing, share your wildest theories in the comments. Don't forget to like, save, and share with your mutual armies so they can all overthink together.